Well, the big point of emphasis this week, when I talked to you early in the week, was to improve as a team, to work on things that we needed to improve on. I think in some areas we've done that, in some areas we probably need to do better. And it all comes down to, when you focus, you have mental intensity. That's when you usually pay attention to detail, that's when you usually do the little things right, and that's usually when you improve. So we need to continue to do that, because really we're trying to create the kind of practice habits that guys can carry over in the game. And it's even been the case sometimes where guys do things correctly in practice and then they don't do it in the game. Same scenario, same play, same defense, same coach, whatever it is. So, that kind of consistency is what we need if we're going to continue to improve. Now, we had a couple guys that we changed their numbers, and really we've had some issues because we have double numbers from 29 to 0. So it must be in vogue not to have a number above 29, right? And if we had 42 single-digit numbers, we would have 84 people that had them, because they would all, 2 guys would want them. All right, now, the problem with that is when you get on special teams, we already got called for having 2 21s in a game, in one game, at the same time. We can't take people out of the game and put other guys in because we have number issues. So this is a special teams issue. It's not really anything other than that. So Reuben Foster is going to be number 9, Derrick Henry is going to be 27, and LT Tenpenny is going to be 28. Okay, so that's big. This is homecoming. I think it's always special to be a part of homecoming because it's special to so many people who come back here who have, great memories. And I hope a lot of gratitude for those memories that they had, that they developed, and the relationships that they developed when they were in college. And this gives them an opportunity to come back and renew, some of those memories as well as some of those relationships. And it's always great to have those people come back to the University of Alabama and be a part of, our team. So we always look forward, as a team to homecoming. We don't really have any new injuries, to report, but we do have one guy, Clinton Dix, is suspended indefinitely for violation of team rules and policies. And look, guys, I'm going to be consistent. All right, when guys get suspended, I never ever say what it's for. All right, so I'm not going there, so don't ask me. All right, it's the way it always happens. All right, every guy, all right, they do right, they wouldn't be getting suspended. All right, and I don't know for how long this will be, so don't ask me that either. But that's the only new news we have right now.
In the wake of that, what does this mean for Landon Collins and how he's performed going forward and that kind of role he's stepping into?
Well, Landon Collins really doesn't play the same position. We've been working him at that position. Nick Perry was really, Ha's backup, and Nick Perry's out. He's got shoulder surgery, so he would have obviously, been a guy that had experience and played a lot in games before that would have played there. But we've been working Landon and Geno Smith primarily because we moved Geno to safety, way back in fall camp. So, those are the 2 guys that will primarily play that position in this game.
How do you feel like you guys have done so far this season affecting the quarterback?
Well, I think that we've affected the quarterback. I don't think we've made a lot of sacks. That's what you're probably asking. Because if you look at the number of times that we flush the quarterback in the pocket or don't really finish on the quarterback, we've probably done that, 10 times that we should have, could have, whatever you want to call it, had a sack, affected the play, affected the quarterback, but didn't really get a sack. So sacks are not necessarily the most important thing. Affecting the quarterback is. Like I thought we pushed the pocket pretty well, batted some balls, made it tough on the quarterback in the last game. He scrambled a couple times, scrambled a couple times, and threw incompletion. So we affected him, but we didn't really get a lot of sacks. All right, so I think we did the same thing at Texas A&M. You know, we had the opportunity to sack the guy a couple times, just couldn't get him on the ground. You know, very good athlete. So it's something that we think that we need to improve on. But what I'm talking about improving on is finishing on the quarterback. I think if we finish on the quarterback, then we will do a better job of affecting the quarterback.
Outside of the business side of things, what are the benefits of maybe having a home-and-home series as opposed to some of the neutral site games for scheduling?
So you think it's better to have home-and-home games?
I guess to compare and contrast, what are the benefits to that to a neutral site game?
Well, look, it's always a benefit to play at home. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I've talked a lot before about the fact that I think that playing in these neutral site games have given the program a tremendous amount of exposure. It was probably one of the key ingredients early on when we weren't very good, that we got ESPN Game Day to cover our game with Clemson that we won, right? Which, you know, really set the tone for a very successful season for that team, and a lot of exposure for the program. If we would have played that game at home, I'm not sure that we'd have got the same bang for our buck. It's great for our fans to play at home, but I also think our fans enjoy traveling, and it's an opportunity for them to travel, a lot of the fans, and have a better opportunity to get tickets. So, but I don't think you can really separate the business side of anything.
Early kick time, what's the pregame schedule like for the players, and how do you keep them engaged?
They just got to get up early. You know, pregame meals at 7:30, so it's early breakfast. But you know, our guys get up and go to class, so they got 8 o'clock class, a lot of them, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. But you know, you just got to kind of tell a player to prepare himself mentally that when you get up, the game's going to start quickly. It's different than playing night games or late games or whatever when you got lots of time. But, you know, I kind of like it, you know, when your feet hit the ground in the morning, you know it's going to go fast and you're ready to go, and you got to be ready to go, and let's go play. So, you know, you got to be able to adapt to all those circumstances and situations and not allow them to affect you.
Last one there.
Coach Cyrus Quanjo's struggled at times with consistency this season. We're just wondering what your evaluation so far of him this year is.
Well, I think Cyrus has played very well overall, if you look at overall, and I think that, you know, a lot of expectations get created, you know, with these guys. You know, I hate it that Mel Kiper and all these guys say this is the #1 guy at this position, and this is the, I mean, they don't know that. They don't even have an idea, right? And most of the teams haven't even evaluated them yet, right, when they're underclassmen, right? But what it does create is it creates this expectation that this guy's the best left tackle that ever played the game. So every time he gets beat, it's like, oh, he's not playing very well. But the fact of the matter is he still plays pretty well. Has he gotten beat a few times? Yeah. Is that unusual for any player? Probably not. And I'm sure if you ask him, he would tell you things that he'd want to improve on and do better. And I think there's things that we would like for him to improve on, and continue to get better. But nobody here is disappointed in the way he's performed. And, you know, we're going to keep on trying to help him be as a consistent performer as we can.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.